Cancer, welcome in. This is your health, wealth, and happiness reading for the week. Let's get right to it. Looking over there at the health card. Your health card is a Six of Swords, and that Six of Swords, when you look at it, is reminding us that there is a destination in which we are focused. As you see, the boat is headed in a specific direction. But it does tell you that there are some obstacles still in front of you to be resolved. So if you've been having some health issues, then it is telling you that your health issues are going to finally resolve, but it's going to take some time, and it's going to take you working and focusing and working through the hurdles. So this may be kind of the situation where you have a health issue and you try something hoping it would work, one of these swords, and then you make a little advancement and then it sets back, and then you try another thing and then it sets back. So this might be that scientific method we hear about often, where you try something and it doesn't work and then you try something else. So therefore you're confirming what actually is the situation and what is the resolution. So for this week, this is a continuation of the same, but it is a movement forward in the sense that you're getting closer to having resolution to, again, a health situation. The other thing I see in this is if you aren't having a health situation, this will be an indication that's going to be that your good health is going to continue for a while. There's nothing major in front of you. There will be little stumbling blocks, but there's nothing major in front of you, because I don't see that. But again, this can be read one of two ways. If you're already in a healthy situation, continue to take care of yourself and make sure you work through the obstacles. In other words, maybe getting your GP to do your annual exam, getting you're getting your blood workups and things like that on a continuous basis, and making sure that those continuous basis, the tests that are on a continuous basis are suppressing any major potential issue by saying, oh, look, we have a little issue here. Okay, because again, if you find it early, you can treat it early and resolve it early. So to stay in good health, if you're in good health already, make sure you do the little things along the way. Yeah, there are little bumps in the road, the little hurdles, but you can do them. But if you are with a health issue now, know that you do have your focus on the future. As you can see here, focus on the future. Your destination is health and wellness. And as you move toward your wellness solution, you will have a little more steps along the way, but you're headed there. Let's take a look and see what else we get based on that information. I shuffled the cards, but I'm going to shuffle them a little bit more because I was drawing some more energy there. Yeah, this is just keep moving forward. This is that don't get distracted, don't get weighed down, don't let yourself get burdened by what your timeline is. Sometimes your timeline is what you would hope would be the outcome, but that doesn't always work that way. So know that, again, that's one of the issues there. There will be this is that interesting kind of energy that again, this is seven of wands, and so it's an interesting energy of anxiety, interesting energy of competitiveness, of people coming from different angles. So this is try different things. Make sure you're not staying in one specific category or working in one way. Try different things to see if you can get to the resolution that you seek. And most important thing about that is also keep an open mind. Keep an open mind and move forward. And then let's see, one more card here. That card is that Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is that change of mind. It's interesting. There's going to be news that comes in. There's going to be something that comes in that's going to change the way in which they thought this was going to resolve itself, maybe is the way you say it, or the way in which you're going to heal, or even what the issue is. Because the Page of Swords is news of a change of thought, change of mind, change of process. And it may come from, again, these many things here that are at play and kind of competing. So don't be surprised if ultimately the resolution is for something that you didn't expect necessarily was even there as a problem. Again, you're thinking, oh, the problem is this, it must be this. No, it seems like they're going to find something different, and that's going to resolve the case, and that's a wonderful thing. Or in this case, the healthcare issue, the healthcare case. Let's go from health to wealth. Wealth is Emperor. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. This is a week where you are large and in charge. You are in charge and you understand your financial situation better than you have in a while. You're not going to be deterred from it. You're not going to let people distract you. This is the one card about it. The one energy about this card that is important is no distractions. Don't let anybody take you away from your focus. Your focus this week should be you focusing on your wealth, you focusing on your finances, you focusing on how you move the wealth and family wealth, family, finances forward. Okay, this may be a good time. This would be a great energy to remind you tax time is coming up. Take control. Where are the taxes? Have you got them ready? This could be a good time to do that because, again, this could be you collating all the information as the Emperor does. He receives information and he decides, and then putting it together for a tax return. Little negative energy around the finances. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think your energy is more bleak than your actual finances because this is that kind of pessimism energy. So what are you concerned about? There's something you're concerned about, but you can't allow yourself to get into that dark funk, that mode, that of no. Focus, move forward, keep moving forward. Don't let things happen. There are many things that happen. Many people coming to get some stuff from you. They want some money from you. They want help from you. Lord have mercy. Now I can see why the pessimism, because the pessimism, look, everybody, they only come to me for help. They come to me for assistance. They don't come to me because they want to give me love and attention. They come to me because they want my money, they want my help, they want my resources. And that would get me a bit depressed too. But you have to be the Emperor. And you have to say, maybe no, not this time. And there you go. There's that queen. She's like, you know what? Maybe not this time. The Queen of Wands energy is, I'm going to work through this. I'm going to, it's like, not today or maybe later. Let's put the expense off. Let's not do that. This is a very loving, caring energy because it is a queen, but it's a queen that is saying, hey, let's face a little business here. You came to me last month. You came to me the month before. You came to the month before. How are you doing it this month? And work through it, making sure they understand it. It's not going to change your funk completely, but it will give you some power over your situation. But you got to say no. You got to say no, and take control of your finances. So if somebody comes knocking on the door, they want some money. Find a very creative way if you have to, or maybe be blunt and say, "Not today. This pocketbook is closed. This bank account is closed." Okay, and if you take control of your money, you watch your money, it'll take care of you. I promise you. Over here we have an Ace of Pentacles. So we get the health, the wealth, and the happiness. The happiness is you getting free of your economic situation and knowing you're on the mends with your health care. And I'm loving that because it makes really good sense that all this rolls in together. So this is like a beginning of happiness, that you're finally breaking the leash, the yoke of folks who continually get you come for money. You're going to say, no, they can't do it. And you're going to change your economic picture because you're not going to have to make as much. You're not going to see your bank accounts being depleted as quickly. And it's going to give you some power. More importantly, it's going to give you a voice. It's like, you know what? If you care about me, come around. If you care about me, spend time with me. Don't just come asking for money. It's going to shift the power. It's going to shift the dynamic, the power dynamic. So where you're taking control and say, you know what? If you really want to prove you care, you say you do, show me. Be from Missouri. Do me the show me state. Right? I'm loving that. It's interesting here because you can spin the wheel. You can choose this new happier you, again, by making these choices, or you can go back to just throwing the money around. If you give a loan, it ain't a loan. We both know that. Let me put that clearly because we both know what I'm talking about. If you give a loan, it ain't no loan. You have given that money. So I will say right here in this place, if you're giving a loan, if you're often giving loans, how many got returned? How many got paid back? Be honest with yourself. We're just you and me here. The reality is if this is a loan situation, don't give a loan. Just don't do it anymore. Say, you know what? I'm not going to give a loan. What I'll do is I'll just give it a gift. Because the reality is we know the loans don't get paid back. So they are gifts. And then you get mad at them for not paying it back. You get mad because you know they're not going to pay it back. And then they don't pay it back and you get mad. You see what I'm saying? So we're shifting the dynamic. We're closing the bank down. We're closing down the American Express category here. Is like, you are their American Express card. There's no limit to you. So we're shutting down the American Express card, that is you, and saying no. And we're going to say you got to figure it out on your own. Spin that wheel. You will find out because you're going to have hesitation. Like, I don't know what I got to because. No, no, because. No more. No, no, no. Ultimately, yeah, spin the wheel, be done with it, and then let there find that new equilibrium, that new balance. But it's going to take a little while, and people will be not happy. There'll be people who are going to be really not happy with this decision because they like the gravy train, and why not? And by the way, Cancer, next time you want to give some money, reach out to me here on the social media platform and say, hey, I'll give you the money because you know what? As long as it ain't a loan, I'm okay with that. I'm being facetious, of course, because Lord knows I'm comfortable and I'm loving that. But my point being, you're gonna crack some eggs. You're not gonna make some people happy, but you have got to be happy. And the way to do that is taking control of your finances, and that is part of what helps you with your happiness. So let's start something new this week. Let's let's break some eggs. Let's make sure we're taking care of our health. We're focusing on our health because that should be the most important thing to get us to our happiness. Now we have a better understanding of our health and where we're headed. That makes us happy. Take a better control of our finances. Make sure we know what we're doing with our finances and we are in control and nobody else. And ultimately, again, that's going to start this new phase where you're feeling more power. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel emboldened. And you've earned it. Cancer, let me know how this resonates with you. This is Don from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons, and I'll speak with you next week. Love, light, and blessings. Have a good one.